Well, winning the hearts and minds of swing voters, and specifically South Korea's younger generation, could make all the difference in this tight presidential race. Our Kim Bo-kyoung walks us through what kinds of strategies the candidates formulated in a bid to appeal to these younger ones.
The swing voters. That is how the MZ generation, the Millennials and Generation Z, are being viewed in this election. Millennials are those who were born from 1982 to 1997 and became adults in the 2000s. Generation Z are those born after 1998. According to the National Election Commission, around 14 million of the roughly 44 million voters are in the MZ generation bracket. That is around 1 in every 3 voters, not a small number the candidates can overlook.
We have seen the huge impact these voters can have when they vote collectively during previous by-elections. So we consider them as key swing voters who can change the course of the election if they support one specific candidate.
The candidates have come up with campaign strategies to try to win over young voters. Rather than just campaigning on the streets, they are sharing their policies and proposals online.
Having their own online platform to appeal to digital-friendly voters is a must. The ruling Democratic Party's Lee Jae-myung has his own online platform, Jae-myung's Village, offering hundreds of vertical short-form videos. Yoon Suk-yeol from the main opposition People Power Party has launched today's Yoonzip, filled with short video clips of his pledges and speeches, and Wiki Yoon, inviting people to openly add suggestions for pledges they want. Knowing about the MZ generation's interests is important too. One of those interests is personality typology, especially the Myers-Briggs type indicator.
The MZ generation have their own beliefs and pursue their own style. Of course, candidates could be popular by coming up with policies, but the intimacy factor too is very important. To those in their 20s and 30s, a candidate who has a similar personality as them could be very appealing.
Candidates' strategies incorporated this. He prepared a JMBTI test presenting customized policies to voters with different personalities, and Yoon introduced his MBTI, emphasizing he is a just social activist type. Candidates no longer only appear on public TV networks. They are on OTT platforms too. Local streaming platform Coupang Play's comedy sketch show Saturday Night Live Korea has featured interviews with both Lee Jae-myung and Yoon Suk-yeol, asked them questions that they hadn't seen beforehand and catching them off guard. Comedian Hong Jin-kyung's study-themed YouTube channel, Study King Real Genius, even showed the presidential candidates teaching math.
In the election, it is important to improve favorability through intimacy, eventually leading to more loyalty when people vote. In that sense, format cannot be ignored. Getting closer to young voters through OTT platforms and social media makes the candidates look friendly and interactive.
Presidential candidates are not the only ones trying to use online channels to reach voters. These MZ generation voters are also using social media this election.
Casting a ballot and coming out from the polling station is not the final step for tech-savvy young voters. Celebrating their participation, they often whip out phones and share their ballot selfies through social media.
People post photos of their hands with ballot stamp marks on social media.
I am proving that I voted, and I can also encourage my friends to vote.
By doing this, candidates and politicians would know that those in their 20s and 30s are interested in voting and can come up with policies for this generation.
Using online platforms or going on YouTube is one thing, but what could be key for these candidates to connect with young voters is whether they can show their sincerity. And if they can do that, it could help them in the polling booths. Kim Bo-kyoung, Arirang News.